Okay, I've run into a problem. I run airboats, right? I run airboats. The problem is, let's straighten out the camera a little bit here. Holy, get straight. The problem is, you can't put a water-cooled speed control on an airboat. It defeats the purpose, because what are you doing? You'll have to have a rudder. You got to have a rudder in the water, or a pickup tube of some sort on the bottom of the boat to deflect the water to go flow through the speed control and all that good stuff. Okay, what's the other option? The other option is to put a regular speed control in. Just put the speed control, you know, in there. Well, to keep it waterproof. Well, what happened? I blew out the speed control because it got too hot in the box. It wouldn't cool. Or we can put it here. We can put it out in the airflow, which isn't a bad option. But the only thing about that, these are not waterproof. You splash a little bit of water on them, you're going to go poof, because they're not waterproof. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to peel this brand new speed control apart. Brand new. I'm going to peel it apart, and I'm going to look at some of this stuff in here. And what might end up happening is I may put silicone. I may try and coat everything with NeverWet. Not a bad option. Or what might be a better option is to use Plastidip. Don't have any on me right now, or in the garage right now, so I'd have to go buy some. But I'm going to peel this apart, and we're going to look at the options for waterproofing and air-cooled speed control. What's the worst that can happen? It gets wet and goes poof, just like the other one. So this is a cheaper one. This is only like a $40 one. Maybe it's 50, 40, 30. I don't even remember. It's only up to a 6 cell. It's not even a high voltage one. It's 100 amp. Yeah, 100 amp, 2 to 6 cell. So I'm going to put it in that boat, that one, and I'm going to put it outdoors up on the motor pylon somewhere after I get done waterproofing it, and then we'll just see what goes on. Well, here it comes, ever so barely. There she goes. Alright. What's going on here? We've got this big open area in there. Now, I don't know. I'm sure this is the heat sink portion of it, because nothing else is really touching in there, except for whatever that box is right there in the beginning. You see that? Yeah, right. Sure, just drop your screwdriver, idiot. Drop it again. Throw it on the floor. Save a step. See that right there? Right in there, that thing. I don't know if that's supposed to have heat sink on it or not. I'm not real sure if that's just a support. I don't know. We'll find out here in a little bit. You must put all that stuff in there, and all that white stuff. See all that white stuff? You must put all that in there and then slide it together, because if you look at the little tab freaking thingies here. See right there where it's like a tongue and groove? It's like it's slid in. Well, if it's slid in, it can slide out. Time to get the hammer. Oh, there it comes. There it goes. Slid right off of there. Look at that. Outstanding. Now, I think this part is just plugged in to this board, the PCB board or whatever they call it. They're both PCB boards, but you know, printed circuit board. But I'm thinking this one is plugged into the other one. So what we'll do, ever so barely pry. Oh yeah, it's plugged in. Plugged in. Look at that. Come on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking high temperature black silicone and putting it in, being very careful not to scratch the circuit board, but also being careful to make sure I mish it to the aluminum so it makes a good seal. Get inside there, just frickin' get it a good seal to the aluminum. Get it a good seal to the aluminum. I hope you can see this, because I can't see what's coming out of my camera. I don't know. A little bit more here. A little bit more. Make sure you got a good seal everywhere. Ultimately what we want to do is put the speed control back together and have it just look factory, but we'll know it's waterproof. And I'm going to take it a little step further. I'm going to go in these little corners here. We're going to get it all in between these wires. Get it all in between there. And just make sure that's good and waterproofed. Push a little bit more of this stuff out the bottle here. Mega Black. OEM, high temperature. Just getting it all right in there, and it should adhere to this silicone wire really well. I'm sorry if this is a long, boring video, but you know, I wanted to show the complete process. No shortcuts. really. I mean, sure there's going to be some editing, but I didn't want to just go, okay, there, it's done, I did it, you know, because if somebody wants to do this, then they're going to have to, they're going to want to know exactly how I did it if it works real well. So just mish it into that crack there. Getting in there fairly decent, I think. Just make sure it's all in them wires. I wonder. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just let it dry, and we'll let that piece dry, but we'll spray the other one. Oh, I gotta put tape over them contacts. Or should I? Man. Decisions. Yeah, we should tape them contacts off. Try that. Yeah, it looks a little better. This time, fold it over and I'm going to put it inside. See how I stuffed it in there? Stuffed it into the notch. Wow. Tiny, tiny, tiny work. Okay, the contacts are now protected from the NeverWet. And that's what we'll be doing next, is spraying NeverWet. Here we go. Wish me luck. Blocked off. This one will be a little easier. Here we have it. Now let's well, anyway. I'll turn the camera back on when I go to spray the step 2. Alrighty, here it is the next day. Got my rubber glove on. I'm going to be spraying the second step to the NeverWet on the electronics. Set it on the tape over here. And let's spray that. There we have it. It's starting to turn already. Ooh, look at that. Alright, we may have a waterproof speed control here in a while, huh? Okay, we've got it sprayed, we've waited. And all I gotta do is take the masking tape off of the connections. Alright, it's all gooped on there. It's in the crack, so nothing can get through and underneath. Go ahead and plug the board in. Ugh, I just took off a whole bunch of the NeverWet. So what we'll do is we'll just give it a little squirt to the top coat again. And then we'll take and slide this it's a close fit. Oh, went too far. And now I'll put silicone around here and then slide the case end on. Wow, that fit on there nice. I think what I'll do is I'll put a little bit extra silicone around the wires too on the outside, just to be on the safe side. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Doesn't that look nice? Now for the other side. Okay, now all I got to do, I got the uncover on, it's all siliconed in. All I got to do is put silicone around the caps, around the wires, and around the signal wire, and then it should be a nice waterproofed speed control. And what I'm going to do later is I am going to dunk it in water. After I might even put like silicone on these seams on the outside and let it dry just to see if it, just to make sure that the seams are sealed. But yeah, I will dunk it in water and see what happens. Okay, the waterproofing is done. I have the batteries in there. They're sealed off. I have the speed control on, the waterproofed one. I've actually gone ahead and done the 120 amp high voltage. It was a little different, pretty much the same principle. Take off the ends, coat some stuff with NeverWet, put it all together with some silicone, some high temperature silicone, and then we're done. So that will be a direct replacement for this one if this works. I'm hoping so. Well, let's go ahead and take it outside and run it, and then we'll dump some water on it. See what it does. Alright, here we go with the water. Well, it must have worked. Alright, there you go. How to waterproof a Turnigy Deluxe speed control.